So back in November of 2023, one of the most monumental matchups in AWE history took place in Delhi between Ryan Bowen and Mazahir Saidu. So this was really a matchup for two titles. It was going to decide who the AWE Intercontinental Champion was and who the King of India might end up being.
The King Deer.
The King Deer, yes. So, and of course, you were there tableside to take the whole event in. So perhaps you can lend some of your behind-the-scenes knowledge of the event as we go through the video.
Absolutely, yeah. What an amazing event, and props to, again, Propanja and Praveen Devas and all the guys that put the event together for us. But it was hot. It was hot. It was in a really big hall, and it was filled with fans, which was awesome. Not the fans that spin cold air. It was the Indian
arm wrestling fans.
That's right.
Yes,
that were very invested in this match.
And I understand that there was a 4.5 hour taxi ride to get there.
There was.
So this wasn't in Delhi, or it might still be in Delhi. We don't know.
I think it was.
And on top of nearly 20 or so hours in flight just to get there, and you did leave without a visa.
Yes, that's correct.
So the stress of not knowing that after you'd flown for over 20 hours, when you landed in that country, that you were going to be allowed to pass through the airport, after the stress of that, let's say a patchy night's sleep,
a 20-minute sleep.
20-minute nap. Yeah. You're bundled into a cab and driven for 4.5 hours through the mean streets of New Delhi to find yourself at this. Was it an arm wrestling club or a hall or a community?
I think it was the local, the local club in that area, and then they used this hall for their big events.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like at their club room or something, but it was like, this is, where when they have big events, they have them at this place.
Yep, and this was, of course, arranged with a lot of assistance from Praveen from Propanja, who, do we get to see him sitting in his throne on this occasion? I don't know if any of the cameras do flow, but he does have a throne. So
that was the best.
So what happened there?
Oh, I don't know. Well, it was the best thing about it was that I was on stage, and where the cameras are looking is where I was looking, and the crowd and everyone is behind us. And Praveen had sort of been coming back and forth to us, everything all right? Do you need anything? No, we're okay. And then one of those times I've turned back to look at the crowd. In the center of the crowd, at the very front, blocking all the people behind the view, was a bloody throne. A throne, a literal throne that Praveen is sitting in. And I'm like, what? Why is he sitting in a throne? And then the next time he's come up, I'm like, what's with the throne? He goes, I didn't ask for it.
Oh, so he didn't bring the throne. It wasn't his throne.
Because they put it there, and then they said, that's where you're sitting. And I was like, I wasn't going to say no.
So that's the type of reverence that arm wrestling's held in, that if you happen to be the president of the Arm Wrestling Association of that country, you get yourself a throne.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've got, of course, Ryan Bowen. This match was originally meant to happen here in Australia and as part of AWE 3, and when that didn't take place or couldn't take place, we looked at all of the alternatives, and simply the best way to get this match just happening was for you and Ryan to jump on a plane and head to them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. So 3 of the Indian athletes, the star athletes that we were going to have here, all 3 of them had their visas denied, which was unfortunate. And so it's like, well, we still want to see at least Ryan Bowen and Mazahir Saidu. That was one we were very excited about.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, we'll go to India then.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, and that's what we did. This is the match, and I had a match just prior to this as well, and so I'm sort of hopping between all 3 cameras, making sure they're recording throughout the match, as well as trying to coach Ryan and
That's right. You had your match with a younger boss.
I did. Yeah. And I was pouring out with sweat. You know when you're sweating and it's like you're standing in a shower. Like it's just, it was my shirt was soaking wet. Like I jumped in a pool. Like it was, it was running down my legs. Like, which is insane. Like it was that hot in there. especially having a match. And for that's an
no air
important,
conditioning.
No. Well, that's an important factor for watching this. So when we go through this match, that is the environment that stepping into. It's already hot. You can see Ryan and Mazahir about to start the first round here. And so we'll jump into that. I'll get this playing. So you can see the grip is a negotiated grip. I believe they were going almost with the AWE rules, which is, you get a negotiated grip to start with. If it doesn't work out, then they'll go to the referee's grip. So I'm fairly sure that we get a lot of slips here. And, yeah, there we go. Holding on a little bit, but it was always going to be a slip. We get two top rollers together, or two people who are going to top roll together. It's always a slip. And I always, if I'm refereeing and I know both guys are top rollers, I'm like, so you're starting in the strap, right? Like, you're starting in the strap.
Some of the guys like the theatre of it though, don't they? So
it's such an annoying. It's like, just you're gonna slip. Don't waste my time, everyone else's time.
Now, according to Ryan Bowen, this was maybe the loosest strap in the history of arm wrestling.
Absolutely, yeah. This is one of the things he had to battle with, was that Mazahir is a very good top roller, and he basically only top rolls. He's sort of exclusive with that, but he's phenomenally strong in that riser position. And we had a go later that night, just at a park bench or something, and I put my whole body weight, everything I had into, and normally people will, even if they're super strong, they'll move a little bit. He didn't move an inch, not even a millimeter.
That's after arm wrestling, Ryan.
Yeah, he didn't move at all, and I had everything I had into it, all my body weight and everything, and he was smiling, like, I was like, that's ridiculous. So for him, in the strap setups, he wanted the strap to be very loose, and the idea being, with a loose strap, if you have the buckle side, which is where he has on this occasion, when they say go, do it with your hand. When he lifts to rise, now the strap is tight, but it's tight in a position that favours him.
Advantageous. So
So he's off the go. It's fair with the webbing.
He's looking good.
And he gets a go. He lifts. That's where the strap tightens, and it tightens into an advantageous position for him. So he wants it loose.
And you kind of get the feeling that maybe our referee was familiar with this style of setup that Mazahir likes.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the interesting thing is with arm wrestling, if you do have the buckle side, you do get a lot of say in how the strap is applied, whether it's really tight, whether it's very loose. And so you can say, like, I want it tighter, and you can get it tighter. But if you say, I want it looser, and you're not on the buckle side, too bad.
Yeah.
And so you can see here they're about to start.
You can see how massive Ryan's wrist is, can't you?
Absolutely, yeah.
Just in comparison.
10 years of hand and wrist training. So they're both gone very high here. You can see that Ryan and Mazahir, they're both going to be top rolling in this. And Mazahir has won the center. He's pushed Ryan's wrist right back, which is an incredible feat right there.
Yeah.
Ryan's wrist very rarely gets busted back, and he's holding on now. He's still got his arm in a good position. He's lined up with his hand, but his wrist is very compromised, and Mazahir is dropping all of his body weight and pulling up into Ryan's fingers there. So Ryan's pulled it back with arm strength, really. He's trying to pull with his arm and his body, which he managed to move for about an inch, and Mazahir has re-gripped.
Come a bit higher.
Yep.
And
he's brought it all the way through for a pin, but I don't know whether that was a pin or whether it was an elbow foul. I know it's been given as a pin, so there's the first round to Mazahir.
Yeah. And, I mean, exactly as you were saying, just all that rising pressure and then almost pressing through that last moment.
It was one of those things that if you were a very good top roller, it's a weird feeling for somebody else to get dominant position on you. And it's like, if you're so used to just rolling through people, especially if you've got a long forearm, if you've got a very strong hand and wrist like Ryan does, to lose your hand and wrist on that spot. And I
think this is right. Yeah.
Ryan's arguing about the strap.
Yeah.
So it was too loose.
Yeah.
But Yeah, so if it's a really weird feeling to hit and lose your wrist, and you're like, hang on a minute, this is what's supposed to happen on the other side.
Yeah, that's right. This is what I do to people.
Exactly.
And tell us a little bit about the ambience in the room as we just play through these moments, because there was, how many people do you think were there?
Oh, 800, 850 or something.
It's incredible. And of course, whilst all this is going on, the temperature is rising. It's already 35 plus degrees. Really humid as well. So 85% plus humidity. And you've got 800 people in a hall with no air conditioning. So all of these factors certainly play out as this match progresses. So Mazahir, almost dominant early. He was able to get Ryan's hand, which Mataringi wasn't able to do in his match with Ryan at AWE 1. So
absolutely, yeah. You can see how high on Ryan's thumb Mazahir is gripping, and Ryan's saying, "Hang on, I need to see my thumb knuckle," which is one of the rules when you're starting a match. You must see both people's thumb knuckles, and just in that locked position with that riser, like Mazahir is just next level. It's just unbelievably strong. So Ryan, I believe this goes to a slip as well. I think most of the rounds
no
do.
surprises.
There we go. It wasn't.
Oh, there we go.
It's a surprise. It surprised me as well.
You were there.
That's right. He did talk about this in the car ride there, that at some point he may throw in like a high hook, which is what he's done here.
Really, really seemingly caught Mazahir by surprise.
Exactly, yes. And Mazzy talked about this afterwards and said that this is the only time he didn't engage his back pressure off the get-go. And that's what happened, is he got driven straight through. And so it was a surprise for him. He was probably expecting the same thing as the first round, which is that Ryan's going to be pronating through his hand. Yep. Ryan doesn't pronate at all. He goes in supinated. And you can see right here, he's off the go, bang.
Yeah.
He's turned it inside and he's driven straight through.
That's right. Ryan's table IQ.
That's right. And so now it's
playing out now.
Yeah, so Mazahir was now very clued in on that technique, and he was like, he's not going to be doing that again. And Ryan said afterwards as well, like, I could feel that you were very locked in against that. I could not get away with doing that again.
Let's see how Mazahir sets up differently this time.
That's right. So seeing the thumb knuckles, you can see Mazahir sliding straight back up over the thumb knuckles again. They get a start, and it does end up a slip, but it gets an elbow foul on Mazahir as well. But they go to the strap anyway. All right. And yeah, so you can see the strap here. So Mazahir is on the side with the buckle, and they're just starting here. I think the referee's just called go. And you can see immediately that Mazahir is rising his hand over Ryan's. That's his game plan. He very much wants to get over Ryan's hand into his fingers. But Ryan gets the hit first and pushes down into Mazahir's hand, and he has to defend. He's gone from hopefully rising into Ryan's hand into now I'm in a defensive position.
Still got cup. It's able to come through very, very strongly. That's obviously Mazahir's lane.
Yes. He's brought it all the way back. He's busted Ryan's wrist back again. And was that a pin or was that an elbow foul?
It looks like there was a great deal of uncertainty there amongst the athletes.
Yeah, both
and the referees
are confused.
And that guy behind the camera, he's not sure.
It all.
This guy's got an opinion. He's just showed up.
Okay, I think it was an elbow foul, so they're restarting it. But I believe that was the second elbow foul, so it should have actually been a win for Ryan there.
I guess that's what we call a home ground advantage.
This is where the discussion goes about. Ryan's very casually relaxed on the table, like, while you figure it out.
And you start to see the sweat gleaning now off of Mazahir's arms.
Absolutely, yeah.
The temperature rises.
And that is a factor that plays into the match as well. Both guys really starting. You can see if you look at Mazahir's forehead and under his eyes there, he's sweating. He's sweating. He's working hard. So again, here we go. Both guys high wrist position, and wow, look at that!
Very powerful, very powerful.
Don't ever battle once.
I wonder what Ryan was, what Ryan had in mind that time. He didn't just he seemingly wasn't able to engage anything. Whatever his game plan was there, it It was gone. He's calling the bookie now.
Cool, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, put another $20 on Mazahir.
Another 20.
Another 20. Okay. All right.
That's right.
I might need another 20 for the ref. All right.
One of the referees was on the phone during the match.
We might catch it though.
We had to wait for him. No, I think it was in my match.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. And we're standing at the table ready to go, and he's on there. Oh, yeah, so, I'll just get the milk and get this. And I'm just glaring at him like, what are you doing? Just put your phone down and referee the match.
Let's do it.
All right, so here we go. I think, what have we got? I think it's 2-1 for Mazahir in the lead at the moment. It was first to 4.
No, yes, 2-1. 2-1, first to 4. And
so, yeah, starting out of straps again.
Mazahir sweating up a storm.
He's definitely.
It looks like he's just starting to fade a little. You know how?
Yes. Yeah, he was lucky that. Well, it was a great thing for him that he got that quick pin in the last round. Oh, Ryan started a little early, I think, but he got the jump, and it's going to end up in a slip. Although there's a big elbow foul there from Mazahir there. And I'm not sure what that signal signifies. Going downtown.
It's a new one. It's a new one.
So it should be a restart.
Ryan's not happy.
With
Ryan's
one foul.
Right.
There it is. One foul. He's given the foul.
There we go. All right. There's 3 referees here. Ryan's one of them.
I think he really had to fight a lot, especially in the straps, for getting fair starts because, Mazahir was climbing very high. And Ryan had to be like, hang on, like, I can't, my thumb is in the middle of his hand. So
this is, as the minutes tick by, Mazahir is just...
Yeah, he's working harder and harder.
He's perspiring more and more.
You can see Ryan's shirt getting sweaty there as well. He's working hard as well. Face is turning red.
There we go.
He's not happy about something there, but yeah. So I think there's one foul on Mazahir still, and they've slipped. They're going to go to strap, and the buckle is on Ryan's side. And now he was very adamant, and throughout this, if you listen to it with the sound, you can hear him saying, "No, I want it tighter. No, tight strap." He wanted to really hammer home the point. Yeah. The strap should be tight.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, make it tighter. You see Mazahir laughing a bit about that. Yeah, he's not happy about the height.
No, it was a big matter of consternation.
Here we go. Mazahir's won the wrist again. Ryan's caught it.
So close.
Just above the pad.
Oh, no, the knuckles are almost touching. Ryan's hand's getting red.
This is ridiculously close to a pin here. Mazahir come all the way up. His elbow came off.
I think the MC almost called it for Mazza.
Referee's called a second foul, which should actually be a loss. But Ryan's come through for the win.
Ryan's pushed through. The ref's just double checking, and Ryan's walked away with that one.
2-2 there. But how close was that to a pin?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Just insane.
The interesting thing is that Mazahir is pushing through Ryan's wrist. He's busting it back, which is something you never really see. Ryan having to hold on in a bicep position with a flopped wrist, and he was a millimetre away from being pinned, but he was able to keep in that position. Mazahir's inability to press really harming him there because, when you're that close to winning and your opponent is completely flopped, stepping up into a press would really be advantageous way to win. But when you're all in on... So much we were talking about with Darren Broad, all in on the hook.
Yeah.
If you're all in on top roll, it'll get you this close, but a press would have finished it.
and I guess for Mazahir, in domestic competition, he really doesn't have anybody who's pushing him at the moment. So for him to have to find ways outside of his lane, he can essentially be quite one-dimensional and still extremely successful in India, but against international competition. He's now realising he needs a few other tricks up his sleeve.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right. So we're about to start here. They just want to get a little bit more of a straightening and less carving.
Here we go.
Whoa, I think that was a pin for Mazahir.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan almost...
He was almost dad's
moving. I was going to say, he's almost gripped him by the elbow.
Let's have a look, actually. I want to watch that back.
Yeah, that's really peculiar. But, I mean, obviously it is super hot, super sweaty, and Maz is posting, and just as he starts his top roll, and Ryan's really got nothing to hold on to there, apart from his thumb.
Well, Ryan is holding on. Mazahir's hand is not even attached to Ryan's. Ryan's holding Mazahir's hand completely there. I think he was trying to do what he did in the second round.
His elbows,
almost come off the pad up the front.
Yeah,
his hand is sliding down Mazahir's. He's going to end up in a dad's move position, and really, it should have been I need to bail out of this position, but he's so committed to it, and his elbow's so far forwards, there was no way out.
Yeah.
You need to pronate out. You can't slip underneath, because at that point, it's going to be called a loss either way.
And the ref's almost going cross-eyed, looking at the pad. He's not sure if he's looking at Ryan's elbow or whether he's looking at the pin pad. So
that's right. Yeah, exactly. So pretty cruisy win for Mazahir there. I think what Ryan had tried to do didn't quite come off, which was to get that supination again,
get around him.
And by the time he figured out that it wasn't going to work, he was not in a position where he could slip out. But he's not happy.
And you see here, Ryan's really keen to get back to the table. He's kind of calling Mazza back. Come on, let's go. Yeah. And why was that? Why was Ryan so keen to return?
You can see it right there.
Mazahir's in the background.
Look at that. Did you see that face on Mazahir?
That is the face of exhaustion.
He was wrecked. Yeah, he was working so hard, and he was taking up that full minute in between rounds. Ryan's very cleverly trying to coax him up to the table and saying, come on, let's get going. Let's jump straight back in. Especially, and this is what I've said. I've walked up there and I said to Ryan, he is absolutely gassed at the moment. And so Ryan's come straight back to the table, and he's trying to get Mazahir to come back up. And it's like, that's time.
And the ref's even, come on, back to the table. Let's go, big fella.
That's right.
Let's get back here.
So I think it's 3-2. Mazahir is up at this point. This is first to 4. So we're going to start out of straps again. Ryan's going to make some changes here. He's been losing his wrist when Mazahir top rolls, and he wasn't able to supinate in. So
he's almost trying to suffer. There we go.
Yeah, he's going to go to strap.
Yeah.
Clever decision. We get a great shot of the referee's back, as we did say to him, please don't stand in front of the camera, but... I had to cut around him so much. He was in front of the camera, that camera angle, we were lucky to get what we got, because he was doing this most of the time.
Just the back of the ref's hand.
Yeah.
So, here we go.
And I'll just rest my hand on the table as well. That's handy.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to get another strap match here. And Ryan is with the buckle, so he's making sure that it's very tight. And the adjustments that he's going to have to make here, he knows that Mazahir is going to crack his wrist back. If he tries to top roll, he's going to have to make some adjustments. So he's going to make sure that the thumbs are in a fair position, because what Ryan is saying to the referee is that Mazahir is not quite closing his top finger, which means that when he does close it, he's straight over the top.
Straight over top.
He's making like a cone shape.
Yeah.
Here we go. So he's got the height again. Ryan's caught it. This is a 3-2 up for Mazahir. If he gets the pin here, he will get
it. Is the win. This is everything.
So Ryan's doing what I do, which is holding on for dear life at the bottom. And he's brought it all the way through for a pin.
Which was epic. Absolutely epic. Absolutely. And you had 800 Indians in the room that were watching their idol just about to beat Ryan Bowen, millimeters away from the pad, and Ryan was able to somehow dig deep and pull through that. And after Mazahir being in such a dominant position and so close to victory, and now so deep into exhaustion, he must have been thinking, what else can I do?
Yes.
What do I do from here?
Yeah, especially 3-3 going into the last round.
Let's play it through.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that I have a sticker on my back, and no one told me about it, and it was there the entire day. You can see the white dot, the white sticker, which I was very thankful to see during an editing, like the next few days later. Why didn't anyone tell me that I had a?
So what were you saying?
This I'm saying he's gassed. He's absolutely wrecked. I said he's so tired. Jump up to the table, make him finish this because he's out of breath. He's done, and you can see right now.
Yeah, look at he looks exhausted.
So this is for the win. This is 3-3. Whoever wins this round is going to be the victor. And Mazahir, I just need to get some chalk.
He's getting some chalk. He might get himself a schnitzel at the bar. He's really doing it.
Hang on, I didn't quite get enough chalk.
It's very important to chalk up your forearm. I think that's right. Something young arm wrestlers, a point that they can take away from this video.
Yes. I'm pretty sure this is another slip. They go to the strap, but again, it's going to be more wear and tear on both guys' arms.
Oh,
Ryan's jumped in, tried to supinate again. It didn't work. He snuck out of there very quickly.
Yeah.
And
Ryan learns his lesson.
I need more chalk. No, I need to get more chalk.
Yeah, my other forearm. So there was, and
that was the moment.
That is the moment. So we're deep in. This is the final round. Winner takes all. And we're about to decide it. Mazahir is gassed. He's exhausted. He's covered in chalk.
Yes.
And then the lights go out.
Yeah. The lights go out as they're getting strapped for the final match, the final round. As Mazahir is wrecked, I was so annoyed. I was like, what? And look how fast these torches come on.
Bang.
They've got torches within seconds. Look, torch. Boom. Where did you get the torches from? Yeah. It's like they knew. No, I'm not saying that there was any foul play at all. It was just obviously bad timing. But I did look over and Pravin's throne was empty at that time.
Pravin. If anybody
he came back wiping his hands.
If anybody can tell us where Pravin was for that 4 or 5 minutes, and he wasn't in the throne. And so here we go.
That's right. The lights came back. It was about 5 minutes.
So yeah, it doesn't quite
so
tell.
Annoyed.
And you can see Mazahir can still barely stand.
Yes,
like he is exhausted.
Yes. Ryan's been at the table the whole time. He didn't leave the table. He was just like...
The referees are massaging and coaching Mazahir.
The referees. That's right.
Whilst one was out the back near the light switch, there was 3 massaging Mazahir's forearm. And obviously getting rid of the chalk. The chalk's gone.
That's gone.
He sweated off the chalk.
You're right, I didn't notice that before. He was covered in it a minute ago.
Yeah.
Now he's got nothing. He's just the sweat.
That's how long he was sitting there. The chalk dissipated.
All right, so this is for the money. This is it. They're strapped together. It's 3-3. There's no fouls on anybody, and we're going in. The lights have come on. We're about to get a start. Mazahir's had
about 5 or 7 minutes
it was about 5 minutes. The lights were off, and then the messing around before the actual thing.
And Mazahir's breathing a little easier at this stage.
So here we go.
Then straight into down. Look at how close. You can imagine 800 people in the room going wild.
He gets
going
the pin.
Nuts.
He gets the win. It's the win. Everyone's going off. Oh, Mazahir's done it.
The guy by the light switch is like, "Can I go now?"
Hey. Except that it was an elbow foul on Mazahir.
Even the ref in the back. He's we did it.
So everyone had to calm down, relax. He hasn't won. It's an elbow foul. Look at Mazahir's face. Settle down, everybody. It's a restart with one elbow foul.
It's a restart.
But you see there, so in the round again, Mazahir able to break through Ryan's wrist. Ryan having to go to a defensive position all on his bicep, and he was extended so far away from his shoulder. And he caught it, but he caught it real low, like just above the pin pad.
Yeah.
And he held on for a few seconds, but he got pinned. But unfortunately...
It was almost a replay round one, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
pretty much, yeah.
So Mazahir has come back fresh and was able to be so explosive off the line and caught Ryan. But then we see...
This is the finale. This is the moment. This is the last thing that happens in this match about to happen here. So Mazahir gave it his all in that. He's just like, well, I'm going to do the same thing again.
Yeah, I've got a winning formula here.
Ryan makes a very clever adjustment, which we will show you in a second when it happens. And I could see, I was standing on the camera to the right of what we're looking at here. And as soon as I saw this adjustment, I knew that Ryan was going to win this match. So they're about to start. Referee blocks the camera.
Ryan's starting very, very deep.
Yeah, he's very cupped as well.
Mm.
And no, he's too high. He's climbing. I can't start like that, he's saying. As he knows he was doing some sneaky stuff. Now he's trying to loosen this stuff. All right, this is it. This is for the money. This is everything coming down to this moment. Referee, again, stands in front of the camera.
Leaning on the table.
So Ryan is, look at they're starting. There's nowhere near the center at all. So far on Mazahir's side. And that's the adjustment there. So Ryan has gone, I'm not going to fight you up here. I'm going to allow you to get the center, but I'm going to get a cup in my wrist and I'm going to catch you high. And he does. So he stops him. Play
right there.
So you can see the difference in where he stopped him just after the center, as opposed to the last pin, which was he stopped him way down.
Because even way down there, Ryan was able to hold on for a few seconds before he realised, okay.
Yes.
But
so he's caught him right high.
Oof. Maz is surging.
Mazahir can feel it as well. He knows that Ryan's caught him high, and he needs to do something very quickly.
And this is almost the closest to an adjustment that we've seen in Mazahir in these 4 rounds, where he's actually, his body position's changed, he's gone up again for another go. And that just gave Ryan a little bit of breathing room where he was able to just bring things a little closer to center again.
Yep, you can see Ryan's got the tongue out there. He's very confident in that position. His shoulder is nice and close.
When the tongue's out,
that's right. Yeah,
Ryan feels he's close. Yeah.
That's right, it's the giveaway. But, and so Ryan has his shoulder nice and close to his hand here. Mazahir recognizing that, he knows he needs to do something drastic to get out of this position. He's hitting hard, but he's not high enough into Ryan's fingers to make an adjustment. Ryan surges to the side here with side pressure. And you can see, even though he's in that position, his wrist is still giving way a little bit. But because he caught him high, he's able to stay in this round. So he's staying high. He's using his body frame to prevent Mazahir. Mazahir's trying to
all of that upward pressure as well from Ryan there too.
Yes, that's right. And so Mazahir's trying to climb to get any sort of way into Ryan's fingers, but the angle that he's on is just not going to work. And so he's let go. He's regripped basically in the exact same position. Ryan is now moving to more of a press position. So he's gone to press. He's just holding here. He's tiring out. And there he goes. He's got the win. He's got it.
He got it. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely epic.
What a match.
And what do you think the factors were in that final round? So obviously a fresh Mazahir coming in, explosive off the start, and you can see Ryan's on the floor now. Mazahir's close to passing out. Understanding he came so close.
Yeah.
And, I mean, really could have gone either way.
Could have
gone either way.
Almost did. If it wasn't for that elbow foul in that last round with Mazahir, he would have been the winner.
So close. And so takeaways, it was really Ryan's table IQ, all those years that he spent on side pressure. You know, we talk about how Ryan has only recently taken up weights in the traditional sense, and he'd spent all that time on wrist and hand. but he was also spending all that time learning the craft and the intricacies and understanding what to do and when to do it. And Mazahir has been so, and so for Ryan, he was able to call upon more. And here we go. We've got Pravin presenting the AWE Intercontinental Belt. There it is.
Great looking belt. Another guy stands in front of the camera. Thanks very much.
And he got this wonderful bit of headwear as well, headdress. So
I have one of those as
did
well.
you got one
I
too?
got one, it's at home in my
and a
cupboard.
sash.
And the sash as well. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, both great guys. The guy in the green was lovely as well. Both advocates of arm wrestling in India.
Oh, look at that.
But you couldn't ask for a better match, really.
It's such a great match. Such a great match. And in this victory speech, I think Ryan thanks Matt Connelly for the great tips in between rounds.
And the sticker that he put on my back.
And but yeah, Ryan just had more to pull from. He had more resources, and his table IQ is really what got him across the line at the end of the day. And perhaps Mazahir being more one-dimensional in the end was it would work against most arm wrestlers. But in this case, Ryan Bowen is one of the craftiest arm wrestlers on the table, and so if he feels he's getting beaten in one way, he'll find another pathway to victory.
That's right, and that's what we saw there was, the more options and abilities that you have on the table, the better that you're going to do when it comes down to matches where you're going against a specialist. And if that specialist is not able to use their number one weapon and they've got nothing else in the bank, that's it. It's over for them. I'm not saying that that's what happened with Mazahir, because he was able to utilize that to great effect, and he almost won. He was this close to winning.
So close. Such a great match. It is worth watching with the sound on. It's an epic one. I think one of the great matches of 2023. Yeah. Certainly being one of the most watched videos on the AWE Underground channel. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Head over there now. Watch the video for yourself and enjoy.
Absolutely, yes. And check out the website, awearmwrestling.com. You can find all our merchandise and everything there, as well as the AWE T-Series YouTube channel. You find all of our tournament stuff there. So great to have you with us, and we'll do more of these breakdowns very, very soon.